you want to take over for a bit?
Yeah, I can definitely do that.
Let me know when you want me to play your video, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, actually, if you just want to put it on loop, you could turn the sound off on it. If you just want to put it on a loop, that would work just fine.
Oh, I can't put
Um,
on a loop without the sound
oh, okay.
with the command that I have.
All right. Well then,
Do
well,
we?
let's go ahead and take a look at the video. Um,
Hopefully this works. Okay. So this is video taken by Geofitz of some bottlenose dolphins. They eat about 6% of their body weight daily.
yeah. So this is a pod that we saw. This is most of the action that we got to see on the cruise was from this little pod. They did have a calf
Average
with them that
lifespan
was
of the
probably
dolphin is around
born this year.
25 years of age. Average weight. How
But
big
it was
was this
really cool to
pod?
see. Probably 6 to 8 individuals. Never got a great count on them. Like this is probably one of the best views. Just was probably one of the best views to get all of them. But rings,
I think from that shot, I counted about five of them.
yeah.
It's
And seeing here, you've got the mother with the calf. No, I realize I'm a little bit delayed, but
that's yeah.
You guys here in Sarasota?
yeah, they were having a lot of fun. There was another dolphin cruise boat that was out ahead of us, and they actually stopped. They had to idle ahead of us because the dolphins had come up to them and they were just constantly breaching and
Oh
just
wow.
playing like maybe 10, 15 feet or 10, 15 yards, off the side of their boat. They never got that close for us, other than once they had kind of moved away a little bit and were moving into shallower areas. Both boats were like, okay, it's time to leave them alone and move on. But we were like, well, we're gonna get the engines going. We'll see if they come up in our wake, and one of them did. Though I didn't get very good video of it because it was just kind of hard to. But yeah, so after last month's episode, I started to look at what kind of sea mammal watching opportunities I had around in my part of Florida, and like there's dolphin cruises everywhere, like literally all up and down the coast and all around Florida. Almost any seaport you go into, there's going to be dolphin cruises because just bottlenose dolphins are so prolific around around the Gulf. Um, but so in doing that research and kind of trying to figure out what other things were out there, I came to find out about the Sarasota Dolphin Research Project, and that's here in my part of Florida that this is being run, and it's the world's longest running study of a wild dolphin population. It started in 1970. It's been operated by the Brookfield Zoo in Chicago since 1989 and has been based at Moat Marine in Sarasota, Florida since 1992. Additionally, they have a nonprofit that was set up in the 70s, I think, or the early 80s. I don't remember offhand right now, but that they use to support kind of their ongoing all the time activities like doing sightings, or they do boat observations. I think it's like 10 days every month. They do health assessments where they do brief captures so that they can draw blood, check the animals, get just do a checkup on them. Plus, they also are part of the strandings and entanglements rescue team. They're often one of the leads, or at least a part of a lot of whale and dolphin, emergencies along the Gulf Coast of Florida. So really important work that they've done for almost 50 years now. Or actually, I guess more than 50 years, 55 years. But it was really cool to find out that right here in my own backyard, all of this great research into bottlenose dolphins has been going on. So when I started looking, I found a mention of this paper in their 2024 annual report, which they call Nixon Notches. And we'll get into why they call it that a bit later. But one of SDRP's long-term projects is a database of signature whistles for dolphins in the area.
Oh, right, it's my line. Okay. On our notes, I have been given a line here. What is a signature whistle?
That's a great question, Kervone. I'm glad you thought of it all on your own.
Did I do good?
Yeah, you did great. You did great, buddy.
I always wanted to be in a play.
Yeah, there you go. A signature whistle is a unique whistle that a dolphin uses. From my brief reading, their use of signature whistle seems to be almost like an airplane with an identity transponder, where it's just like every once in a while they're just yelling out their own name. It's like if you walked around the mall, just went, Kervone! Kervone!
Yeah.
Kervone!
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're just shouting you're shouting your own name over and over. And it's believed that they use this, as a, as like I said, like identity transponder, where it's going, I'm here, but it's also, making sure that the other dolphins that it's with knows that it's there too. And, especially in murky waters, then they can kind of, they can figure out where and how far away each other is, much like, with echolocation, that they can, with how they hear their signature, or the signature whistles of other dolphins.
So, I just want to say, orcas actually kind of do the same thing here, where different pods of orcas will have their own signature, and they're called discrete calls. Where this is a call that is entirely unique to that particular matriline. Matrilines that branch off will have one, but that will be very similar. But like the more genetic divergence from like the original parent, the more different the call is.
Yeah, it starts to become like dialects.
Yeah, that's actually the term that's often used for it.
Yeah, and this is a little bit different because, from my understanding, other dolphins don't, use a dolphin's signature whistle. It's like only the dolphin uses it. And the SDRP, throughout their whole history, they've been collecting high quality recordings during those health assessments. They use a suction cup with a hydrophone, and put it on their melon, and will record. And oftentimes during those brief captures, the dolphins are using their signature whistle. The SDRP also has a listening network of hydrophones all over Sarasota Bay. We're with studying this population. Some of them are run by colleges or museums or other scientific institutions in the area. Some of them are literally just people that live on the water and volunteered to have a hydrophone station put on their property, or in some cases even paid to have one put on their property to participate. They didn't use the listening network for this particular study because they needed higher quality recordings like they would get from the suction cup recording. So in the study, the researchers looked at 19 females that were in the whistle data, or in the whistle database, what they call it, that had been recorded when they had calves and when they didn't have calves present. When they started to look at the differences in their signature whistles, they started to notice that when a mother had a calf, that her signature whistle would have a higher maximum frequency. essentially she would, instead of, like if I was going, instead of saying Geofitz, I'm going Geofitz, Geofitz, much like how humans would to babies, toddlers, small children.
So it's baby talk.
Yeah, literally. And what they call it is motherese. And what's kind of fun about this is like, so humans, obviously are known to do this, and it's where motherese specifically is you're using the same vocabulary as you would with an adult, but you are just changing your pitch, your cadence, your tone when you are directing it at a child. And there is, I can't remember the name of them off the top of my head. It's a finch, a bird that also does the same thing. But otherwise, this is a very, very, very rare occurrence. With bottlenose dolphins being really the only the third species after humans and that finch that have displayed this kind of motherese behavior. There's certainly still questions open about what drives this or what function it has for dolphins, and we may never know until we build a universal translator, but we can kind of take some guesses at it and draw some parallels to to human speech and motherese in humans, and that it is a way for the calf to know that it's the one that's being talked to, right? That they're the ones that are being being targeted with that. But also there's some evidence with motherese and humans that aids language acquisition. So it's very possible that it does have a developmental meaning for calves, and usually calves will stay with their mothers for the first 3 to 6 years of their life, and the mother will use the higher frequency signature whistles for the entire time that the calf is with them, at least in this data set. Certainly more study in the future could be possible with more recordings, but I thought it was a really interesting little study that they had been able to fund and participate in.